Today we're going to talk a little bit about GoFormative, which is a fantastic formative assessment tool online. There is a free account and then there's an upgraded account, but both are terrific. It's a great way to formatively assess your students and then to look at that data and really let that data help you inform your instruction. So to start, I'm just going to show you how you would log in. You go over to the top right corner and click Login. If you don't have a Google or Clever account, you can create a new account. But if you do have one of those accounts, it's a lot easier to log in. So you just click it, and then it logs you in, and you see your dashboard. This is what it automatically defaults to when you enter in. So let's talk a little bit about what the buttons are here. So this is your Formatives tab. There's a Classes tab, and there's a Tracker tab. Up at the top, you also see a quick code, which is a way for you to share formative assessments with other teachers once they are made, so they can be used across classes. There's an upgrade button. This is the help button, and then this is your login settings button. You also have a place to add a new formative or to create folders to store your formatives in, so they're not in just one big long list. Your bar across the top are the classes that you have established. So basically, the one with the globe is your class for students that aren't in any particular class, guest students. And then your other classes, each circle is a different class. The formatives will go down the left side, and then the number of students that take them appear underneath each class for that particular formative. So when you look at your Classes tab, it has all your classes on the screen. You can add a new class by typing in the name of the class and an abbreviation for it and choosing a color. And if you do that, then it has a class code over here on the right-hand side that you can use to help log into that class. However, if you use Google Classroom, you can import your classes from Google Classroom directly into GoFormative. Now, you do want to make sure that if you do that, when your class numbers change, like a student enters or exits the class, you would need to re-import the list to make sure that all students that need the assessment would be included on that class list. Then the Tracker button helps you look at your data. So you can sort your assessment data by students in different classes. You could have all the students on there. It shows you the percentage of their assessment knowledge, like the percent correct proficiency, and then it shows you standards. So it would tell you what standards they did well on and which ones they did not do well on. So let's go back to your Formative tab. So really quickly, just to start a formative, you would click New Formative, and it'll automatically pop up, and it's kind of a blank document for you. You can change the formative title, and then down here where the plus keeps bouncing around is where you add the questions. And you can add multiple choice questions, multiple selection questions, short answer, essay, show your work, true or false. You can provide the key for most of those questions. You do realize that if you use short answer, the answer at this point needs to be exact in order for it to be counted. So if you wanted to not worry about capitalization, you might need to put in a lowercase and an uppercase version of the answer. You can also embed things into your formative. You can put images, you can put text blocks, you could have a whiteboard and the video. And then a really cool option I like down here is the enhance a PDF or doc. A lot of times we have really cool assessment tools already printed out, or they have them digitally. You can turn a paper copy into a digital copy and upload it, and you get up to 20 pages per month to upload into your formatives, which is really cool, because once you do that, you can just add questions next to the questions that are already there, and they can just type the answers in. It kind of lets you gather the data in an easier way. So you add the questions, then you preview. Let me show you what a preview looks like. Go back to one that I've already done. If this is a formative assessment, this is the one I've already drafted up, and then I hit preview, and it shows me what it would look like for the student. So you see questions and PDFs on the left side, the questions on the right. And there are different types of questions on there. And then you can go to view responses, and it'll show you which students have so far done it and responded to it. Now, the cool thing about this is, and you'll see this on the various data representations on here, you can hide the names. So if you really want to use this as a tool to compare data objectively, or to show the students how the class is moving as a whole, this will be really cool because you can hide the names and you don't have to worry about students feeling weird or bad about it. And you can go by totals, or you can go by questions. So it's really handy. And this is by formative, by each formative right here. So let's look at the data, the tracker section real quick. The tracker section allows you to look at the students' scores, and then it allows you to look at their standards. So you can see in here, these are 4 made-up students, and you can see their scores aren't super great. Riley's score is okay, but when you look at the standards, none of these students hit either one of the standards, so that would be a concern. So it kind of lets you look at this information in a different way. If you click on the student, it pulls up all of their answers over here on the right. Let's go back and look at the scores of the kids as a class. I go back to my Formatives dashboard, Formatives tab, and I click on the lightning bolt, and it brings up all the kids' answers. Now, we were looking at this a second ago because I toggled it over to all the questions. But so you can kind of get to this a couple different ways. Just so you know, you look on here, the green obviously means they got it correct. Red means they got it wrong. And then right here, Josephine, on number 5, she didn't answer this question. Now, there is a warning that tells you you didn't answer a question, but this means that Josephine saw the warning and submitted it anyway. Over here, you can see the gray boxes. Those are ones for show your work problems or problems that you have to manually grade. So in order to do that, you click on one of them, and I've already clicked on this one before. This is Joseph's work. So if Joseph has his work and his work is correct, you go up here and you can put in the number of points. I really also like that you can toggle the color. So if it's more of a subjective answer, you can kind of give the student a color. You know, was it red, green, or is it somewhere in the middle? And you can change that student's information. So when I look at this one, Riley's answer looks great. So I would put in 1 point and enter, and then it turns it green automatically. If I was doing a short answer one, and I wanted to, maybe check this, so if I looked at Sonia's, and Sonia put S America, but it's really South America, but it's the same thing, then I could change hers on here, and I could do that, and then all of a sudden hers is different. So, anyway, these are different ways that you can use this tool to examine data and use that data during your PLC conversations. So, I hope you have a fun time learning this. We'll be doing some more of these videos showing you how to create and assign an formative real soon. Thanks.